Good day to you. My name is Kyle Davian. Welcome to another edition of Typical Males Podcast. Today's ditty is called Unpleasant Riches. Sometimes as we begin to reflect on the past harsh year, the topic always pops up asking you what you did all year, especially in those times of major isolation and quarantine. And then you're stuck having to listen to a guy going on and on and on about how much he hates his job or lack thereof. You ask, how long have you been doing that? The reply, about 10 years. Now, you may guess what I'm thinking next. If you hate it so much, get the hell out. But more likely than not, when I hear what these jobs are, they don't sound so bad. I mean, not like some really awful jobs from around the world. There is a guy and his wife out of Oklahoma City that make their living cleaning up crime scenes. Murder, suicide, stabbings, shootings. For most, these gory scenes are much too young to stomach. But for these two, it's just another day on the clock. And check this out. This is a nearly $400,000 million industry in the States, employing about 1,300 workers. And to think this guy started out as a carpet cleaner. How would you like to be a spew collector? Vomit. Well, for true, there really is such a position. It's one guy's responsibility to clean up the stuff at an amusement park. Back in the UK, a major UK newspaper interviewed this 22-year-old lad and showed him smiling ear to ear. He was holding a mop, bucket, and covered in protective plastic. He was quoted as saying, he realized the job probably sounded gross to most people, but he loves Ferris wheels and he enjoys riding them for free. That's his fringe benefit. Which brings me to my next selection, pet food taster. Believe it or not, this task is done by human hands and mouth. They don't actually swallow the stuff. They take a bite, then spit it out, reporting on the quality and taste. Who the flip would want to do such a thing? People who want to make a lot of money. In fact, about $40,000 a year, that's who. Unlike the spew man and his fringe benefit of Ferris wheels, I don't think I'll take free cans home as a reward. Probably the most eye-opener that I read about came from Bangladesh. There's this picture of a man covered in sludge coming out of a hole being pulled out by a rope. He looks like he was oyster diving in the La Brea tar pits. But no, the article reveals he's a sewage diver. This guy was swimming in stinky sludge, wearing nothing but the clothes on his back. No protective mask, nothing on but a wooden stick and his bare hands to dig out blockages in the system. And after reading this, I was getting my own special backup inside of me. The article goes on to say that this guy has to go underground to clear up congestion, and sometimes he has to actually go underneath the sludge, head included, to do the job. Man, you've heard parents scold you with that old phrase, you're in a heap of... You ain't just whistling Dixie here. My own personal favorite would be Al Bundy's job. Remember Married with Children? He worked at the local mall as a women's shoe salesman. He was rude, crude, and lashing out at women with very derogatory one-liners. I always wondered how he afforded living in that 2-story home of his and support a wife and 2 kids. I mean, you never really saw him sell any shoes. He would start a fight with a woman customer and then run her off with piercing insults. My mom would tell you, quote, there is a job for all the peoples. You don't have to eat. Be grateful. Well, I am grateful for my job. I'm just not that daring. That's this edition of Typical Males. I'm Kyle Davian. Remember, you can buy the book Typical Males at Barnes & Noble, online, and other major retailers. Until next time, ciao.